Hey there, you, me, and DC fans, and welcome if you're new. I am the stepson of Krypton, bringing you today Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 10. Let's not waste any time, guys. Let's just get on into the video. Okay, guys, so issue 10 opens up right where we left off with issue 9, where Diana and old Ferdy, they've got Petra, they're still in the maze, and we just met the Queen of the Fish People. So, as they fight for their lives in this narrow corridor, Diana believes that whatever's been done to Petra is preventing her from using her siren voice, the siren song, and the power.
I used to lure wayward sailors to their deaths with my siren song.
Which she says could have taken them all out, right? The battle continues on. Not too well for the fish people, as we see several of them getting thrown around, picked up by their heads, and hacked apart. Somehow, within this narrow corridor, though, they have a crossbow, and they fire upon old Ferdinand. Now, Ferdinand, though, with his massive body, takes multiple shots from the crossbow, shielding both Diana and Petra, and he's telling Diana to leave and get Petra out of here. And we see these crossbow bolts sticking through him, so obviously he's not impervious to them. Diana, being the loving soul that she is, promises Ferdinand that she will return for him, and we all know she keeps her promise. So Ferdinand collapses, barely clinging to life, and we see one of the fish people inform the queen that Diana and Petra are gone. And we see in a blaze, Diana whisk Petra away. So we kind of do a dramatic shift. We haven't had as many of these in these latter issues here, but we go back to before in the Wild Isles of Hell, and we see Cersei with a young Diana, and she's sad, worried for little Diana. And we see some kind of, to me, it looked like a xenomorph with a cyclops eye if you smacked it right down there, holding, kind of crawling on the handle of this dual-bladed axe, which Diana's holding the blade of. If you remember from our previous trip to the past, Diana was having these dreams, and in the dreams, Artemis came to see her and told her to be ready by the next day. And the time has come for Diana to become a warrior. Little Diana, now out in the Wild Isles of Hell by herself, encounters this Black Panther. At least I'm not a zoologist. I look like a Black Panther to me. I know that's more of a generalized descriptive term, but he's got a blood-drenched face. And sweet little Diana, as friendly and compassionate as ever, tells the panther, while she doesn't have much, is theirs for the taking if they need it. This kind of seems to anger the panther, who's obviously looking for a fight, but he isn't going to get it. As it continues to kind of circle young Diana, she tells him that she will not fight for no reason, and she explains that sometimes things are just mean by nature because they don't know another way unless someone like her can show them. And if you kind of remember when she defeated the Tetracide, she didn't fault the creature. She said it was just doing the only thing it knew. She blamed the person that brought it there. Even when the beast bites at her, she refuses to fight. It isn't until the beast locks on to this seemingly friendly little turtle that Diana intervenes, because the turtle is innocent and hasn't done anything. So, in true Diana fashion, she takes the turtle under her protection. The battle ensues, and it does seem to be a painful one for both sides. And we see a troubled Cersei, and she's fearing for her young daughter, calling her name. And she runs out, desperate to save her daughter. And when she does, we see young Diana just kind of a beaten and bloody mess. And as Cersei embraces her, we find she's not alone. Nico, the turtle, is with her. She managed to protect him. Back in their home, a young Diana sleeps off the battle, and we see Cersei, in an attempt to protect her daughter, plead with Hecate to intervene with Artemis, believing Diana is still too young. Hecate reminds Cersei that everything they're doing is to fashion Diana into a weapon. Cersei then questions, if they were trying to make a weapon, why make her to be young, sweet, and kind, and that just loves everything? She is a little girl. Because men are dismissive of little girls, she will not be seen as a threat. Hecate tells Cersei. She is the kindest being they could create, and that kindness is what monsters do not understand. So they won't understand her, so she can use that to her advantage. Snap back to reality. We are back in the maze. Diana quickly tries to locate the marker. If you remember, she did the little glow sticky thing marker on the wall in the previous issue, uh, trying to get out of the place. Got to get Petra to safety. She finds the door and she sends Petra through. However, Diana isn't finished in this hellish maze. She has one more thing to do, and that's rescue good old Ferdinand. Petra is now stepping back into Diana's palace where we see as she immediately collapses the Steve, Trevor, and team. They're kind of unsure who it is. Maybe it's Diana or not. They've seen her become other things through the use of her magic, so they're kind of unsure of who this actually might be. Back in the maze, however, Diana now heads back to get her friend Ferdinand, and as she's doing so, she starts to notice that it's kind of turned into a rave as this kind of powerful hallucinogenic gas is being dispersed throughout the maze. Even drugged, she manages to reach the queen, and the queen finally realizes that she is indeed an Amazon and thinks she would be a perfect fit, perfect candidate for Pit. Diana quickly becomes surrounded by men fish, as she calls them, and under heavy intoxication from the drugs is quickly corrected that they prefer to be fish men.
I know what you're thinking. Here comes old Greg. He's a scaly manfish. You don't know me.
And as this is going on and she's believing the effects are kind of wearing off, you're like, is that the most important thing right now that we've flipped fish men from men fish? Same damn thing, right? The queen, realizing she doesn't have the best minion, tells them to throw in this scientist, and we see this kind of pink light character that looks like it's got some kind of flames or something kind of flowing off him. However, that could just be the drugs that we're all under right now as we're going through this issue. But she says, throw the scientist in the pit, and she will go of her own free will. So the queen she's realized that Diana has this protective nature, and it's probably after a combination of seeing how quickly she sided with Ferdinand and Petra. Plus, she does have some knowledge of the Amazons, so she probably knows that they are protective by nature. So, boom. Of course, Diana, in true fashion, goes into the pit, go get the scientist. And right before he was thrown in, or the scientist was thrown in, we won't confirm genders here. It was saying not to disturb the flowers, right? And we're reminded this of again as he tells her, stop moving, you're too big, or it will come. And not more than 2 seconds later, it does. So the last scene we see is this fire creature coming at them with a sledgehammer. Now, again, we're still seeing everything in the psychedelic colors. We are under intense intoxication right now. We don't know what this could be because even the words that it's speaking, the word bubbles are distorted. And that is where this issue is going to end. All right, guys. So that wraps up issue number 10. Getting pretty good. I like that we're slowly getting some interconnectivity between these different absolute series, as well as some references even to the regular Justice League Unlimited as well too. I like all of that. I'm really enjoying the absolute Wonder Woman series. Let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite. How are you feeling about the absolute Wonder Woman? And while you're doing that, you might as well go ahead and give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the little bell notification so you will get alerted for all of the different videos that we're doing across not only the Absolute Universe, but our Justice League Unlimited. And then I also am doing the Mr. Terrific for right now. As long as you guys still like it, I will. And then, like I said, let us know down in the comments, like which one is your particular favorite, guys. And that is going to wrap it for me on this episode of You, Me, and DC. Until next time, guys, I'll see you then.